Hey gun people, I'm going to talk a little bit about gun positioning on where your eyes are in your guns. Somebody posted a video on one of the gun channels I'm on, and they had some Israeli super master operator, somebody, teaching to shoot, look for targets, when they see it, come back, and then aim on the target. And I just thought that was poor training, and I'm going to explain why I think it's poor training, and then you can, make your own decision on whether or not you agree or you disagree. If you don't want to use it or you want to use it, you can. But the problem with that is I've always been taught, and it's always been found, sound knowledge that your eyes go where your gun's at, because you can't employ your gun. If I'm looking over here and I see something, the target's probably going to see him, and then we're both going to be racing to get over here. Whereas if I got my guns and I'm scanning to where I'm looking, when I pick up a target, I can engage that target immediately. So, eyes where your gun goes. If I want my gun forward, I do not want to be able to have to engage a target here, look this way, and all of a sudden see somebody go, ah, and then come around here. It's just not a good sound principle to me. I've never taught that way. I didn't like it, but when I said this on the site that I didn't agree with it, man, all the younger, they call themselves operators now for some reason. I don't know. They're not trainers. They're not gun special. I don't know what operator seems to be the new keyword for knowing what you're doing or having a specialty. So they're like, no, operators train that way. You always look, and then if you see something, you bring your gun around. Not a good tactic. So, when you're clearing a building or looking, if I'm opening a door or doing something, I don't want my gun over here pointing at this door and me opening this door and securing it. When I open a door, I want my gun here, so when I open it, if I face a gun or I encounter a target or somebody rushes me or a knife or a bullet comes out, I can engage the target while retreating. If I'm like this and I open that door, by the time I get my gun around, I could already be shot or stabbed by the time I swing a gun, or the bad guy could be lunging at me. He's got my gun now, we're fighting over it because I wasn't here ready to engage. So same way when I'm going around a corner. You don't telegraph. If there's a corner here, I don't bring my gun around first and then wiggle around, because the guy will see it. You slice the pie and I come back around the corner at a distance, so if he lunges, I can engage. So I wanted to cover that again. Look, I just give my opinion on this site, okay? It's from my experience, what I've seen done, what I've done, what I've been taught, things that I've taught. So you can take it or leave it. I'm not trying to say this is the only way, and the Israelis suck, and anybody that says the other way is bad. I'm not into all that, really. I'm just, if you're a gun novice and you don't know a lot about tactics, when you get this gun in here, there's a time for it to be out here, and there's a time for it to be here, and there's a time for it to be here. If I'm wrestling, fighting, if I grab your gun, I may want to shoot from here because we're so close, I can't even get off round, so I need to know how to shoot here without infecting my slide. If I've never shot here and I hold the gun here, this slide's going to hit me in a rib, probably break a rib or hurt me or disengage or jam the gun. So I need to practice, and again, we would practice. You actually push the target or hit the target and draw right here. By canning the gun, I make sure I have it open, it's not getting caught on any jags or anything, and it's firing, and then as I come up here, I can back away and engage the target. So the main purpose of this one is, I teach, always been taught, think it's a good sound philosophy. Your eyes and your gun are one. Because as soon as you start doing this, it creates that lag time and you're ineffective. Even if I see something, I can't engage it. So that 1 second that a guy might have had his back to me, and he would have been backing around a corner from somewhere else, because I'm over here, by the time I see him and engage, he could have moved. Whereas if I was here and I'm looking and I see him, I could engage with that second, and I've missed that opportunity because my gun is opposite to where I'm looking. So that's what we taught. That's why. The other thing I want to cover on this is when you're at the range and shooting, somebody had a question about what can I do at the range besides just draw? Well, if you're in an indoor range, they won't let you do a whole bunch. If you're in an outdoor range, you can do a little bit more, but anything that you can throw at yourself, which is going to be a scenario that could happen in an actual situation, is going to be good because you've never done it. So, you know, if I want to walk and I want to trip and go down to one knee and fire on my knees standing up instead of taking a kneeling position, a sitting position, and getting all caught up, I may want to be able to fall and take that position. I may be able to want to fall on one side and be able to gauge the target. One-handed, two-handed, straight forward, one-handed, two-handed, supporting myself, coming up, bang, bang, engaging, because I may have to run for another cover or concealment. So I need to be able to move and do that. Same way, other side, I want to be able to go down on one knee. Maybe shoot here one hand. Maybe shoot off-handed. Anything that you can do to improve your exposure to shooting your gun instead of the standard, I'm going to draw, bang, bang, and holster. I'm going to draw, bang, bang, and holster. I can't tell you the number of times that actual shootings, we have videotape, cops that have trained bad and always holstered after they shot, when they get in actual shooting, they bang bang the bad guy and they reholster. And the fight's not over. There may be other bad guys. Bad training practices will make bad reaction when you get in an actual situation. So you train, when you shoot bang bang, I scan. When you shoot bang bang, I scan. Bang, scan. Bang, scan. Bang, scan. I never want to practice bang bang, reholster. And you see that training all the time. You see PDs doing it. You see inexperienced instructors who were taught that way, so they continue to teach that way. Always fast out of the holster and slow. The threat's over. I'm never in a hurry to get my gun back in a holster. Really, really minor things when you're training with your gun, but you want to reinforce that muscle memory. Muscle memory. When my gun comes out of the holster, it never comes out like this. Okay. Never comes out like that. You don't want to practice. You want to get that gun out and get it engaged and be ready to shoot, be ready to come on target, etc. Again, the shooting on the down, kneeling, people will shoot, lay down, simulate getting knocked back down on your back, and drawing your gun, shooting between your legs, shooting sitting up, shooting coming down. Some people will shoot like this. Some people will shoot engage while they're getting up. Bang, bang, putting things on target. Bang, 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 and moving. Whatever you can do to train yourself to get in different scenarios with your gun, the more prepared you're going to be, and you're not going to be in a situation like, holy shit, I've never done that before. If you've never done it before, what happens is that lag time I talk about. Lag time is created by not having a plan, not being able to enforce a plan, having too many options, having no options, and now you're suddenly trying to form options so you can pick an option and then make that option happen. So all that is lag time, and if you've never done any of this and you get caught in one of those situations, it's going to throw your mind into a little bit of lag time. I've never done this. How do I do this? It's going to just create or distract from your muscle memory. Now, I'm not saying go out there and fall every time you shoot and run, but moving when you're shooting backwards, bang, 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 keeping those feet, legs, that shock absorbers to where I'm sliding my feet back so I don't trip. You don't want to walk forward like this. You don't want to walk backwards like this, because then when you hit something, you'll trip. Whereas if I'm more shuffle footing and I'm sliding, I'm less likely, if I hit something, to trip. I can maneuver around it because my feet are kind of sliding and gliding around the ground. So moving and shooting, I never like standing still when you draw your gun. When you draw, I always like moving a step, because 9 times out of 10 when you're drawing, a guy's got the jump on you. Remember, action faster than reaction. Good guys are always in reaction mode. We rarely get to action unless we get the drop behind somebody or something. Normally we're reacting to their action, and action always beats reaction. There's a little drill, I'm sure you can find on there somewhere. Take a dollar bill, put it halfway between your hand, have one guy drop it, and all you gotta do is squeeze your fingers to catch it. Seems pretty easy. He drops it and you grab it. Can't do it because his action and your reaction is slower, and the dollar falls through every time. Now, people will do it and they'll move their hand down and catch it, but that's not the idea to show the drill. The drill is, we're both got our hands here. There should be no problem with you squeezing your fingers and me opening mine. It should be pretty easy. But that minor second of him opening and that dollar falling, you can't catch that dollar. And that proves the action is always faster than reaction. His action of letting it go is faster than your reaction of grabbing it. So anything you can do to increase that lag time, practice, challenge yourself, throw things at you. Never go to the range, or don't get in the habit of going to the range all the time in this safe, secure, controlled. I'm just going to see if I can take out that X. Let me see if I can take out that X. I'm not saying you don't do that sometimes, because sometimes that's good to increase your accuracy, and that trains your eye, it trains your sight alignment, sight picture, it trains all that to be more natural. But any other time you want to really be careful about when you're training. Don't get in a habit of training what I call negative training. Training for a calm, easy, controlled, no stress, no reaction time, no speed, no problems. Everything is fixed, controlled, and special. And then you end up, that's what I call negative training. It's not a good result in an actual situation. It's cost a lot of people a lot of lives. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Little chickens out there cruising for bugs. Eat all those bugs, girls. All right, we'll end that there.